What's up, guys? It's Apollo here. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome back to Thrones of Britannia. This is the continuation of Siege Week, and right away we have an epic sally out, Cav sally out from the defenders. Now this is going to start off very quickly, so I'm just going to briefly show you guys the factions involved, and then once it settles down a little bit, hopefully it does, we're going to be looking at the army comps. So let's go ahead and turn on the HUD here, show you who's defending. So we got two different factions here. We have Kirkin, who's focusing their forces on this side, and then over here we have Strat Cult. I know it's not Cult, but it looks like it. I'm just going to call them Strat, alright? So they're over here. They're the ones sallying out. Attacking, we have two future English Kingdoms factions. We have Mercia and Wessex way down there. So let's go ahead and dive right into this, which is going to start with an epic cav charge. Look at that. That was sick. Nice little throw of the jabbies. He charges right in. And now the reason he's engaging instead of just running away is because he's selling out elite cav. He is sending out some very nasty elite cav. You can see right here, elite cav tier 3. So they are very, very good. And I think that's why he decided to just throw them in. It's like, alright, that's fine. We can easily defeat this Mercian cav. And once we do that, we'll continue to harass his forces. Now, people usually sally out cav to go after vulnerable units. The artillery crew is gone. They've abandoned their machines, and they have quickly rushed over to their allies to support them. We got some archers, royal companions over here, opening fire and trying to support their cav. They're even risking friendly fire to try to kill this royal cav, which is not a terrible idea. And look, he's already defeated one unit of cav. It seems like he's trying to hunt down the catapult crew. And now we have another cav unit coming over, some mailed horsemen, trying to screen away this cav, rushing his cav into the forest to probably eventually turn and face this cav unit. And I'm pretty sure Strat has sent out 3 units of cav. And 3 units doesn't sound like a ton, but for a siege battle, that's a lot. Because it's always good to have infantry, you know, holding the streets rather than cav. But not only is it 3, but it's also very elite melee cav. So they have spent a lot of money on this force to charge out and harass Mercia, which is really surprising. Now we got some royal things running around. It looks like they are going. It looked like they were going to charge in and support the cav, but they're disengaging. And the thing about Mercia, right, is that wait, what's in here? Oh, he's got some siege towers in here with some spearmen. Very interesting. But the thing about Mercia is that he has a bit of a ship force, a naval force, right? So he doesn't have the biggest land force. So that's gonna like, imagine if he had one more cav unit instead of ships. He would have been able to protect his army a little bit better. And there's all 3 of the cav in one shot here. 2 of them finishing off this this cav unit. And you can see that this is still going on. And what is Mercia doing? Oh, he's attacking. The dude's a madman. He's getting attacked here by cav, but he's still pushing up siege towers. Now, is he fully attacking? I don't know. He's actually leaving here. He's switching out some units. And it's not a terrible idea, actually, because Strat's probably still so focused on with the cav engagements that he's not really defending the walls. He could easily take this gate and open the gate, destroy the arrow towers, and that's going to save a lot of lives. Oh my god, the catapult crew is going to get charged. It's so close. Boom. Just barely protects the catapult crew. And I cannot stress how important it is to protect this artillery. So we're going to do slow motion again, because it doesn't seem like this battle is going to slow down at all. I want to explain how important it is to protect that artillery, because this is that same map where the video I called the Impossible Siege. This is that same map where you have a thin passage here and you have a thin passage here. That's it. Now there is a beach landing. Thankfully, they allowed ships, and they will be able to use this back area. So technically, there's 3 areas they can attack, which is great. But still, it's a very difficult settlement, and they're going to need their catapult to be able to soften up the defenders a bit with the the boulders of justice. So let's go back to normal speed, where we have mailed swordsmen. I'm sorry, spearmen coming in and trying to take the air. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We're also going to do slow motion so we can do the army comps. So let's start with the attackers. So Mercia, a good balance here of spears, swords. Looks like he's got some archers as well. And he had some cav, but I think most of it was slaughtered. And he's still getting harassed. I want this to be over just so I could do army comps without missing any crazy cav charges. But let's just really quick see what happens, what comes from this cav. Oh, he's going to disengage. Okay, good. So let's go over to Wessex, where he is bringing a lot of swordsmen. Swordsmen are their specialty. He's got some thanes here, and he's going to rely on some swordsmen. I think he has 1 axeman as well, and of course the catapult, and of course archers, but he's really relying heavily on swordsmen. He had 1 unit of light cav, but that's really nothing. But yeah, excellent force here. It's going to be quite the force to deal with. And I think it's Wessex. A lot of the outcome of the battle is a lot of weight is on their shoulders for victory here because of this area being a little bit easier to attack. But he is just getting shredded right now by, of course, the deadly lowland crossbowmen who are just opening fire on that artillery crew, which is no bueno. No good. No good. So let's go ahead and look at the defenders here, as this is getting pretty heated over here as the Welsh forces have charged in against these royal things. And yeah, these guys are Welsh, right? The Strat boys. So I might just call them Welsh just for convenience sake. Let's look at the defenders. So the Welsh here, the Welsh are known for their spears, if I'm not mistaken. Well, and their longbows, of course. But maybe not, but I'm seeing a lot of swords, some spears in the back, but overall it seems like a pretty balanced build. Of course, he brought a lot of cav, considering that this is a siege battle, and it was very expensive cav, but a decent force. So, I mean, I'm really liking all these army comps. Here's some longbowmen, so very nice there. Let's go back over to this other faction, Kirkin, who, again, bringing a very balanced force here. He's got black blades. These guys are really good. Are their blades actually black? I mean, I don't know if that's just the shadow or the metal is just darker. It looks darker. Back here, we've got some more warriors, and of course, you saw his crossbows, which Kirkin is really good at the crossbows, of course, with AP damage. Really nasty stuff. King's blades over here. So really elite force of troops. A smaller force, but a very elite force as well. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Let's go back to normal speed and continue this fight here. So it's no surprise that the Welsh are not putting up a intense defense for this outer area, since it is fairly difficult to hold. And the Welsh are actually trying to push and maybe retake this gate. But they're not going to hold for much longer, because now Mercia is pushing forward their militia archers to support their infantry in this fight. All it takes is one unit to get around the flank. I'm not sure why he put all of his siege towers in one area. I mean, it would have been really beneficial to send one like to this side and be able to flank around and get behind these troops. It's not a huge loss by any means, but I'm just saying that I think they could have defeated the Welsh here a little bit quicker than just having all of their siege towers in one area, and that's making them funnel all of their troops in one area. The gate is opening. The cab is still alive and well, so what do you guys think? Do you think he got his money's worth out of this? It's still really hard to tell, because all he's really killed, at least from what I've seen, is just Mercy and Cav. And yeah, it adds up. They killed a lot, but was it worth it? Guess we'll find out. We'll find out at the end of the day. Here we go. Using the gate. Excellent play there. sending up more swords to overwhelm these Welsh armored swordsmen. Great arrow fire coming in. Yes, you risk friendly fire, but overall it looks like he's landing his hits, except for that guy. Poor guy. Died from friendly fire. Ooh. I remember when we did a Life of a Soldier and he died from friendly fire. Just tragic.
They're firing at us.
So yeah, pretty intense fight, and I'm actually quite surprised how long the Welsh are holding. And here we go. Ah, yes. Nice. Mailed spearmen coming around the flank. So yeah, he finally sent up the siege tower on this side, which is great. And great use of that siege tower. Now he's outflanking them. Even just with spears, it's great because they just caused an instant rout. And Mercia has taken the first layer, but that's the easy part. This is the hard part. Now the ships are landing ashore. Look at this. I always love this. Never gets old. Never gets old. Everyone off the boats. Love it. So they're pushing forward. And Wessex has still not engaged yet, but that's okay because you want to kind of fight at these walls at the same time as Mercia is fighting at these walls. And the Cav is just waiting in the tree line here, which is not a bad idea. Instead of just like rushing them into fights, he's actually sending over Cav, and he's going to use the tree line to screen them, to keep them hidden and get behind this army. Oh no, the catapult crew is breaking. That's too bad. I was hoping they'd be able to knock down one of these walls, but it's been tough. Now here's the thing about the Scottish, or Kirkin. Their army's not massive. If they're able to flank around even just one unit around these troops, they're gonna do some intense damage. And the Black Blades, they're tough, but if you can get behind them, you're gonna be alright. Now we got the crossbows coming up this way. Looks like they've tried to destroy this. They're at 80%. Oh no. They were so close, but so far. Now the archers are focusing fire on these crossbows. I'm not sure why the crossbows aren't on the wall. I guess he's afraid of the siege tower that's so close. There we go.
Let battle commence!
Let battle commence. Awesome. So a nice little skirmish off there. The crossbows are giving up there. They're falling back. They're like, where are you going? Where are you running to? Mercia is now moving forward. Now this is the tricky part. You've got to kind of send up your weaker troops. Now he's sending his spears first, which is probably a good idea here, because they are going to absorb, like they can better absorb a lot of ammo. Now they're probably, all these men here are probably all dead men. That's just the tragic truth. They don't, I'm sure some will break and maybe escape, but this is going to be Death's Alley right here. This is going to suck, and there's really nothing you can do about it except take the punches, absorb the punches. And now more troops coming up. The general is coming up. That could be risky, but yeah, now he's setting up his swordsmen as well.
See, they flee before our might.
Oh, someone's fleeing. Who's fleeing? I see no one fleeing. Interesting. Okay. So Mercia now has, again, they've got some pretty good swordsmen here that are definitely going to cause some damage. Wow, 160. I'm saying that, like, usually naval troops are smaller units, but this is a full strength unit. And they're going to be able to push on this backside, which is great. Does he have crossbows? Wow, he's got 2 units of sharpshooters waiting for him. So that's how much they're terrified of that flank. There we go. Mercia is fully committing now to this fight. He's taking on some Welsh mailed swordsmen. And notice how the spears are not taking any archer fire, because the Welsh player knows not to use his ammo on spears. He's saving his ammo for more vulnerable targets and more expensive targets, more threatening targets, like the Thanes over here. And that's going to be frustrating as Mercy. Oh, wait, there we go. There we go. Now he's opening fire. Okay. So maybe he's just, maybe he's like, you know what? Let's just take him out. So that's good. That's good for Mercia. Honestly, I would have held all of my ammo. Or maybe do a couple volleys. Yeah, that's what it seems like he was doing. Just doing a couple volleys, saying like, hey, screw you. And now they're going back there. So very cool. That was a cool scene right there, just seeing him fire into that blob. And look at this. What in the world? Wow. Why did they excuse me, why did they send out black blades to take on Royal Hussars? Is it for the archers that are coming in here? For the arrows? Is that why? I've never really seen this, and I wonder if that's why he's doing it, because it adds, like, it makes it easier for the archers to fire at the flank. I'm not too sure, but he's doing all right. Yeah, the Royal Hussars are losing slightly. Oh, but wait. They're both losing, so I don't know what to tell you guys. Both these units are losing. I think the Hussars will take this one eventually, even with the archer support. Now we have the arrow tower coming over this way to kind of screen them. Now the arrows, thankfully for Kirkin, can go right over that arrow tower. And again, he does risk friendly fire, but it looks like he's landing most of his shots. And here we go. Here we go. The big clash for this this area is underway. Infantry clashing against the Scottish infantry. More and more troops coming in. And here we go. Some more Wessex forces preparing their lines. Scotland is really pushing. So at this point, it's definitely time to send up the infantry here. I think they've got to push, and it's keeping them walking. That's fine. You want to keep them fresh for the fight, but now is the time. Now is the time to engage on that flank, because Kirkin is so focused over on this flank. It's gonna be tough for him to micro two flanks. Very cool. Let's go back over here and see how this is going here. So the spears actually disengage. Look, there are really not too many deaths here, all things considered, of all the troops who are fighting. Now we've got some royal things. Now these guys might get harassed. They might get shot at. And I love that the Welsh actually sallied down this hill a little bit, because it's a tighter, instead of like holding up here where you needed like two, you sallied down here where you just needs one unit. Here we go. Here comes the charge. Charge! So this is going to be different. Swords versus swords. This is going to be tough. The archers are still holding their fire, though. Look at all the units in reserve as well. It's going to be really tough to try to get through those forces. Wessex still fighting. The battle here is very close. But I think this is the key to victory. I think if they can break through Scotland, Kirkin, excuse me, they can get through, obviously, to the other side and support his ally, Mercia, who's struggling against, I mean, really just that defense, that terrain. But here we go. Here we go. They're now running.
We're sitting ducks here.
I think they are getting shot at, if I'm not mistaken, by the sharpshooters. Nope, sharpshooters holding ammo. They need to go. Like, send 2 units in. Try to overwhelm these black blades. They're tough, but they're not that tough. You can get through. You have the numbers. But he's holding here. Why? Why? He's just buying time for Scotland to reform here. Now, things are looking very promising for Wessex, because it does look like he's got a lot of reserves, and Scotland has committed everything. Looks like, sorry, I keep calling him Scotland. You get what I'm saying. Kirkin, they've committed everything to the fight. So they have no more reserves. I guess they have some reserves here, but overall, Wessex is looking much better. There. Oh, he's committing these troops now. So yeah, it's looking. Here we go. There's the charge. Well, I don't know why he charged everyone, but whatever. Just 4 units, I suppose. I guess he's just trying to quickly overwhelm these troops, but I don't know. I think I would have just sent 2 units and just held the other ones in reserve. Now he's really pushing over here as well, causing the Welsh to send down some Welsh spearmen. Not the greatest of troops, but again, he's just throwing numbers at this little death's alley. And they are starting to burn down some of the buildings. I don't know if that was intentional, but that, again, is a strategy to burn down this whole village. Burn down all the buildings that will affect the morale and the combat effectiveness of the defenders. So that's a tough fight over there. Back this way, it's still just a grindy mess, guys. Grindy mess. But I wouldn't have it any other way. They flee before our might. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wessex starting to see some troops waver over here. Okay, Scotland is hanging on. They are hanging on for dear life. That is a really bad sign. Really bad sign. Wessex needs to get more men in there. And they've got to try to get around these troops. Over here. Oh, see, this is not good. And this is why he should not have all 4 units engaged like this. 2 units, the other 2 could form a shield wall facing the archers. And you'd have fresh troops. Fresh troops.
The men have been routed. They are leaving the field. Charge!
We're still trying to kill these mailed swordsmen. Should kill them fairly soon, but as soon as they get through them, they're gonna have spears. And it's just, it's a grind. And that's why I seriously think that it's all up to Wessex. If he can break Scotland, then he can maybe cause the Welsh to pull some units away from that other side. There we go. There we go. Blackblade starting to break here from the fight. Finally, some progress for Wessex as he continues to fight his heart out here to take this initial area. The gate, I don't think he should have went through the gate. That's just death. Again, another death alley. I think he, because of the oil, I think he should have went elsewhere. Also, the arrow towers definitely don't help either.
Make them fear us.
So yeah, I think he should have went elsewhere. Oh man, there we go. They're breaking, but oh, there they go. I was gonna say that Wessex is also breaking. Come on, reform, push. Scotland's ready to hold his flank here with the King's Blades. He's gonna go in for a charge, get a nice little bit of a charge bonus. Wessex tries to countercharge, but it's a bit too late. God, imagine fighting in this mess. Ugh, I would hate it. Just the pure, like, energy and how fit you'd have to be able to fight in this battle. And my goodness, this is a blunder. This is a huge blunder on the part of Mercia. I think I've already said it, but I think he just should have sent 2 units in, The other two, I mean, all these troops who died here did nothing. They did nothing. They sat there, they got tired, and then they got shot with an arrow. Now they're using fire arrows to break the morale of the Mercian Navy. And these, holy crap, these Black Blades have gotten 113 kills. And they still have 76 men left in their unit. And the Welsh are even sending in some swordsmen to support them. It's not even necessary. They don't need it.
Charge!
So tragically enough, Mercia's very important flank is going to get destroyed. The only good thing that came out of it is that he got one of the swords, the Welsh mailed swordsman away from the other fight. So he's able to, I don't know, have to worry one less infantry, but that doesn't really matter. Well, okay, so there's good news for the attackers. The Welsh are now retreating forces from this side because he realized that Scotland is on its last leg. They cannot last much longer. They are going to fall to Wessex eventually, maybe. Who knows? It's tough. If the Welsh can get here in time, they could save this assault. And it's not like Wessex has a lot of troops left. Even if he does take this outer wall, he's greatly damaged. You know, his forces have been very, very well, basically he's a lot of his troops died. So it's gonna be tough. Now we have the general charging in. That's a great opportunity to kill the general. But I think what we're gonna see is the forces over here, yeah, sure enough, are going to instantly, as soon as they defeated the Mercian naval forces, gonna turn around and join the other side of the fight, and that's exactly what they need. But will they get there in time? That is the key. If they can get there while Kirkin is still defending Scotland, aka Scotland, that's going to be great because they're going to bolster the numbers and keep the troops fighting well, keep the morale going on. But it doesn't seem like they are going to get there in time. They have quite the distance to travel, and there's only 2-3 units. I guess you can't really count this one. They're down to 40 men and they're breaking, but they have 3 units still holding here. They just need to break through this one. As soon as they do, they're going to easily break this one. Are these archers? Okay, these are archers. So all the units you see here, Wessex have committed all of their infantry. There they go. This is good. Now quickly flank. Oh, he's using his archers. Sounded British there for a second. He's using his archers. But there we go. He's defeating what's left here. This poor soul is fighting to the end. Dude, you're just gonna die. Just run. Reform with the Welsh. Oh. Why aren't they sending one unit? There we go. These King's Blades, man, they're tough. Oh my god, the archers are breaking. Dude, send another unit around. He's going around to the gate. And this is the capture point, by the way, guys. So that is why they're sending their forces to that capture point. It is very important they hold that. Mercia's doing a good job over here. And that's what surprises me, you know? That's what has me kind of confused because Mercia's doing so well on this side. But on this side, it was just really sloppy. Man. And I'm not trying to be hard on the player because I think he's doing a fine job over here. And this is a very challenging task ahead of him. But I'm just surprised that he was a little sloppy on the other side. I think he could have done a little bit better. Would he have been able to break through over here? Probably not, since the Welsh sent up reinforcements. But I think he could have gotten more kills if he just had reserves. He kept 2 of his units in reserve. There we go. Oh no, why is he charging through the gates? I know they're just archers, but don't do that. The King's Blade are surrounded, fighting back to back. And this gate is about to be captured by the, by the English, Wessex. And now they're burning down some buildings. The Welsh general is over here, maybe looking for an opportunity. He's at the graveyard. of his
How dare you
forefathers, praying to them, saying, hey, what do I need to do to win this? The enemy is at our gates. Now, like I said, guys, Wessex has broken through here, but at what cost? He's lost a lot. And, jeez, troops are breaking. Oh, my God. Troops are breaking over there. But does he have enough men to break through this? And look at this. The Welsh have sent back so many reserves. This is the point where they've got to rely on Mercia to get through here. They just need to get through here. Oh, by the way, what happened with the Cav? He still has some Cav over here. The Welsh. But I didn't really get to see what he did with the other Cav. Does he have his archers? I mean, he's saving his archers. You could always send up the archers, you know?
See, they flee before our might.
Who's fleeing? Okay, that's broken. Every time they flee before our might. The rocks? The rocks are fleeing? What's going on? So, if I was Wessex, I would hang back. And that might be what he's doing here, which is good. I would hang back, let my troops rest, and wait for Mercia.
Our warriors flee the battle.
Yep, here we go. They are close to breaking through. There's no reserves. If you can get through this unit, and they're just spearmen, now is the time to push. The archers are going to sting, but that's inevitable. You're gonna lose troops to the archer fire. But this is the time to push. The time to break through and surround these forces over at the town center. God, and they need to defeat these swords over here. These King's Blades are so tough.
Men run from the enemy. This is shameful.
Another unit breaks for the Welsh. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. He's got a third unit of spears in reserve. He did a great job of keeping back some pretty deadly units in reserve. So the defenders are still at a huge disadvantage if you look at the balance of power. I get nervous. I'm constantly looking back here because I really do not want Wessex to charge in. Uh-oh. This is not good. The general's over here. This could be a great opportunity to kill the general.
Our men have turned tail and run. The cowards.
Another break. We've got archers holding up a line here. Again, they're delaying. Okay, so if I was the... Okay, hold on. Let's think about this. Let's see. Here comes the Cav. No, charge. The Cav's not charging in. They're really trying to kill off these King's Blades, but they've killed 180 men. Wow. Finally, he's charging more troops down this funnel of death. This guy's acting tough. He's like, yeah, get him, boys. He's like, why don't you come down here and fight? I sprained my ankle and I wouldn't be too good. No, you come down. Just jump down. So yeah, pretty intense fight over here. Still trying to kill the King's Blade. Oil is still going. Wait. Whoa. Oh, it's one of the Cav units. The oil killing the Cav. That's too bad. The King's Blades, they're still fighting on. So if I was, okay, that's exactly what I was gonna say. If I was the defenders, I would push out and fight. I would push out and fight because if you can take out Wessex, then all you have to worry about is Mercia. Instead of waiting and letting Mercia come around and Wessex attack you on two fronts, push out and kill Wessex, and then you can deal with Mercia. So this is exactly what I think they need to do. At this moment in the siege, they have to be aggressive. They must bring the fight to them. And that's what they're doing. That's excellent. I think they should have done this a little bit earlier. Maybe they're letting their troops rest a bit. And look at this. They're already crumbling Wessex. And the reason I said they should have done it earlier is because, oh, these King Blades, man. They've now killed 220. 220. Oh my god. Okay, let's do some slow motion here because this is a big blunder by Wessex, in my opinion. I don't think they should have done that. So they are now losing over here. They definitely could have used the support. I think what he should have done was send one unit like this and then put them as a shield wall right here. Make the king blades come up to you. Don't charge down and fight them. Let them come to you. And you're holding them off. Maybe you won't kill them, but you're going to hold them off with one unit of Thanes instead of 3, 4. I mean, how many troops did he pour in here to just be killed by oil and the king's blades? I think just having one here, hold them off, prevent them from coming to help out over here, and then you can focus the fight on this side. I think that would have been the better answer to that situation. Again, always easier to sit back and critique. I know sometimes people get upset. They're like, Apollo, you think you know everything? You think you're better? Or no, that's not the case. I do stupid stuff all the time, and I want to make that clear. It's easy to sit back and critique someone. Honestly, in the heat of the moment, I probably would have done the same thing. I would have sent a ton of troops down here. I'm like, oh, it's just one unit of King's Blades. We can overwhelm them and kill them. I probably would have done the same thing. But it's always easier to sit back and critique a player or whatever, or a situation. But I think finally they're causing some breakage here, but they killed 240 men, 240 good men. And now at this point, Wessex, all they can do is try to take as many with them. Try to kill as many as possible. Now we have a cav charge coming in. Harassing the English general. Let's go back over here. Finally, they have defeated Kirkin, and he's in a panic. He is trying to quickly get over to his ally. The rest of the forces are mobilizing. I'm pretty sure these archers have full ammo, so that's still going to be a force to be dealt with. And man, what a struggle over here. What an absolute struggle. But I just want to applaud Mercia on their tactics here. I think they did everything they could. He was very slow about it. He's very wise about it. He didn't just rush in and get focused down. A lot of men died in this one area for this tiny little passageway. But now it's open. The floodgates are open. The Wessex is still holding on, and that's good. He needs to be a constant pain in this like a thorn in the side. He's got his Thanes, who just now defeated the King's Blades, who put an epic last stand and took so many with them. He's even they've killed the General of Wessex. That's going to be a huge morale destroyer there. I mean, it was coming, right? It was no surprise that he was probably going to die. But now they have a couple more units. Oh, dude, don't chase Cap. Just turn around. Come back and fight. So he's got 2 units left. He's got a unit of mailed Thanes, 68, and he's got 2 units of mailed Thanes. Fairly healthy, all things considered, these 2 units. And hey, 2 units is better than no units, and you can definitely put some pressure on the enemy. I would just sit back here and let them rest, though. You know, if they're very tired, and that's going to affect their combat skill. And now we wait for Mercia to push up over this way. But honestly, guys, he needs to walk. Don't run his troops. They need every advantage they can get. They should burn down more buildings as they go through here. But maybe they're feeling like, hey, we've got this. We can do this. And then, of course, Kirkin is sending over what's left of his army. Really not much. He's got some black blades. They're going to be tough. Some sharpshooters who I think have used up all their ammo. Their blades are out. So, yeah, it's going to be tough, guys. It's going to be brutal. But I think the attackers... I don't know. This is a really close battle, guys. Really close battle. So we're going to fast forward a little bit, as this is kind of like the calm before the storm. Wow. Okay. That is surprising. So he's actually pushing forward. This gate needs to close. He's pushing forward. The Welsh are pushing forward. And is he going to engage Wessex here? Because he's leaving 2 very good units away from this town center. Mercia is still rushing over. I mean, I get why he's rushing over. He's trying to quickly save his ally. Now he's sending back the archers because he realized that the Welsh are going to send up their cav. Come on, Mercia. Yeah, 2 generals now headed that way. And I believe that the English here are kind of just they're on defense right now because they're waiting for their ally before they engage. And wow. Oh, okay. I was worried. I thought I saw a lot more routing over here. I was like, oh god. There we go. More buildings are burning. That's great. There's 8 minutes left in this replay. Still too tough to know who's gonna win this one. The bounce power is in favor of the attackers, but that doesn't mean much when you're attacking defensive units. Where's Mercia gonna go? They're resting their troops a bit. They're exhausted, and that's what I was saying. He should have just been walking his men so they could freshen up a little bit. I mean, it doesn't seem like they are going to... Oh, no. Okay, the cav got through the gate. The oil broke them, though. Oh, that's really fortunate for Wessex. The cav running through here got burnt alive by the oil. And, yes, okay, so they are charging. They are charging Wessex. Mercia could always send a unit down here, but it's going to take time. There they go. They're moving up. Okay, good. Wow, they really can rest quickly here. They're now winded. They were exhausted a few seconds ago. Now winded. That's crazy. Let's see if they can hold here. At the very least, kill as many as possible. What is he doing over here? He's falling back. Why would he do that? I guess he's afraid of the 2 units over here, but he's kind of... Oh, I guess he's going to use this as like a defense point because you can't really flank around him. I mean, it's always good to have some sort of presence on the other side of the enemy. And I think that's what he's trying to do here. Oh no, what is he doing? I am confused. Alright, this is Wessex's last unit. It's all down to Mercia. And remember when I was saying, you know, this is all going to come down to Wessex? No, quite the opposite. All coming down to Mercia. Troops are lining up. Or can they get through here? Now they have the archers, remember. But they're not firing. What's shooting at them? Some Welsh longbows. There we go. They're firing back now. Thank God. They've lost so many. And we got a charge by the crossbows of Scotland. Now we have an epic skirmish off here. Sorry, moving the camera a lot. I'm just trying to capture everything. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, use this gate. Kind of like the King Blades used it. He needs to do the same thing. So he learned from his enemy. Let's see if he can hold this point. 2 units. 2 healthy units away from the victory point. That's surprising. There we go. Mercia is breaking through the crossbows. Hey, don't be cheering yet, boys. You got a lot more to do. There we go. The fight continues. More troops going around this flank. Oh no, why did he charge out? Well, I guess he's just fighting 1 unit now. Winning decisively. That's good for Wessex. I don't know. Mercia might be too much for the defenders. Look at this. The flames in the background. Now we have the Welsh sending in some swordsmen to support this main initial assault. And then back here. Got some No, keep pushing. Why is he turning all units to fight crossbowmen? Just keep pushing around. He needs to put pressure over here. Now we have the general kind of protecting the flank. We've got some Kirikin Cav harassing the archers. Oh no. That is tragic. Mercia is starting to break over here. What? Oh, that's why he's falling back. And look, the village is ablaze right now. Look at this. Is so cool. These units between two. This would be so hot. It'd be so disgustingly hot. Those flames. You ever go to Hibachi Grill and they do the little flame? It's like, wow, that's really hot. Imagine a whole neighborhood burning next to you. It'd be terrifying. This is not good. This is really not good. I don't know why. I mean, I get it. He's coming back. He's trying to protect his archers, but that's a huge loss for Mercia and a huge victory. And look at this for the defenders. Let me finish that statement. Male Thanes need to get going. They need to go. I don't know why they're sitting there, but he has victory. This fight is still continuing on right here. Oh, come on. Kill the general. Shoot at him. The buildings are starting to settle here. Is he still standing there? What are you doing? Your ally is in need. And oh my god, Mercia has committed all of their men into one spot. I get it. The defenders are committing a lot over here. But at the same time, there's nothing defending the flanks. He could have sent depleted units around, and it would have benefited him. Come on. Mercia, no. Wessex, please. Wessex! Why do you betray your ally? So this is really close. It's down to a minute left in this replay.
That's it, boys. We can do this.
The general is now running. Oh no. Okay, good. Thank God. Thank God. Mercia is protecting his flank. He's got his general protecting the rear. Oh, I was so worried. I was like, no. I was envisioning this general flanking around and breaking all of these men with a hammer and anvil. There we go. There we go. Now they're moving up. I don't even know if they're going to get there in time. I think the attackers have this. I think they have this. Down to the last 40 seconds. Intense. Very intense. Thane's still, what are they doing? Still trying to get over there. The defenders put up a hell of a defense. But it's just not enough.
For glory! It's a rout. Our warriors flee the battle.
There you have it, guys. A close defeat. So I assume they all broke at that instance. I'm not really too sure. But we're going to end the replay there. A very, very close battle. Very intense. We're going to look at the results. Or not. Okay. I don't know what happens. Sometimes they glitch out in Thrones of Britannia, but the defense put up a hell of a stand, but I think Mercia did a great job of getting through that death alley. He made some mistakes over on the beach side of things, but he really pulled out a victory at the end there. So really good fight there. Much much better compared to recent ones. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that one. I'm really sorry there's no battle results, but it happens. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the battlefield.